Okay. And just like that, we are back. Yeah, it seemed like I had it for a second on that last one there, too. I just now saw what you were talking about. That was from Summer Games. All right, I need to plug in my phone. It's dying real good. But Jumpman for the Commodore 64. This is one of the great games for this console and just console, well, the computers of that era. All right, let's get Jumpman, Commodore 64 right here. Actual floppy disk. We're going to, first of all, load the directory. Well, let's not do that. Load directory. There's nothing in the 1541 hard drive. I mean, pardon me, floppy drive. Now there is. And so let's show what's on the directory list. It's Jumpman. And now we're going to load it up. There was a Jumpman Lives? Now, I was definitely not familiar with that. There's a DOS version. That's kind of incredible. I definitely never knew about that. Jumpman and Jumpman Jr. are really just ridiculous. Oh, it's third party. Got it. I am severely curious about that. I'll have to try that. Alright, but last night I was playing this, and then we have the beginner, we have intermediate, we have advanced that I actually need to change that 14550 because I'm telling you right now, it's inaccurate. I did not play advanced last night, so that's a 0. And if it really is 12,000, I would think that that's not going to be my personal goal. My personal goal will be more like 11,000. Let's see if it adjusted any of these here. Nope, that all looks good. And that was my personal best on that. All right. So let's warm up with beginner and... that's really cool. That's really cool that they did one in 91 that feels just like that. I'm going to let it play again. Just like the last time I played this, I let the intro do its thing. Yeah, exactly. Jumpman Jr. is just Jumpman trimmed down to fit on a carpet. It is different levels. It is different levels, though. Just like you have Figure It, is one of the levels from this. Figure It's Revenge is one of the ones in Jumpman Jr. So it is more of the same, but it is new levels. 1 for beginner, return, and 1. And I like picking run speed 2. Oh, you're welcome. Glad to oblige. Number 2, to get my run speed up. Let's get this right. That was awful to start. I'm actually getting some glare on the TV that I may want to adjust here. Yeah, that's a really bad start anyway. Restore, 1, enter. It's funny because it was not bothering me on the last one. That was really bothering me this time to glare on there. And there's this too, for that matter. Let's see if about turning that off. I might be a little more blue like a Smurf, but I'm also likely to do better at it. Yeah, that's reasonable. One beginner, one player. Or even if I face this the other way. Yeah, that's a lot better. All right. That's a solid point with black background. There we go. Robots 1. Let's see what we can do about that. Bombs away. Yeah, it would appear as though Jumpman did win again. Robots won. They didn't win. You're picking up what you're putting down. I love this level. Jumping blocks. This one was actually giving me a fair amount of trouble last night. I recall. Okay. If you're going to force me to jump, do so at a place where it's not going to harm me if I do. It's the opposite of that. It's really in your best interest to try to force them. Like, I know this one's going to hit me, so I try to get it to make me jump at a part where it's not going to harm me to jump in a direction that I don't want to go. That was too dangerous. Okay, so I've already lost 2 lives on this, which goes right with pretty much what I would almost expect on this one. It's a rough one. Still, I feel like I could do better, and last night I did. Try the veal. I'll be here all night. Tip your waitress. Just remember to return her to her full upright position afterwards. Very nice. All right. Let's see. Vampire. How about there first? There's certain ones that don't seem to wake them up. Although I think it might also be a number of... No, that's bad. There's certain ones that don't wake them up, but I'm sure there is also a certain number of... Oh, that was cheap. I couldn't do a single thing about that one. That was cheap. Okay. This is not going to be a run that's as good as last night. It's just not. That's alright, though. Sometimes you got to get a practice run in. You know what? Why not? As a kid, I always remember Jumpman as Load Runner, and I was always confused later when I learned Mario's name was Jumpman. Yeah, no, that's exactly right, in the first Donkey Kong. And this is like Donkey Kong on steroids as far as the fact that it's a ladder and platform style game. Now with this one, I don't understand. Like, there's no bonus. So there's also... Okay, that can kill you. There is some danger there. If you shoot one of the UFOs and it lands on you, probably if it touches you at all, a person could be cheap and just keep staying on this level since there's no bonus anyway, and just shooting down spaceships till the end of time. If you really wanted to end up milking that, I don't know how much you could milk that without it being considered, like there's point pressing, or in that case you're just... it's against the spirit of a high score at that point if you're just milking points from that same spot. Like, I think you'd have the experienced players at like a Twin Galaxies who would end up coming up with their own rules with how many spaceships you could end up shooting down before it's considered more than point pressing. Force you to shoot towards me. Shoot at me. There you go. Oh no! Here we go. Because I took the 4 optional ones at the top of the screen, you don't have to clear all the rest of them. I think Builder's it, too. For beginner mode, anyway. I'm not doing as good as I did last night, I'll tell you that right now. Just because at the end of it I actually had all of my lives. Well, not all of my lives, I had more of them. Track rules. Leeching on levels where no threat exists is prohibited, i.e. Dragon Slayer saucer levels. More than 3 kills outside normal avoidance will be considered leeching. There you go! I should have realized that someone already came up with rules for that. That's brilliant. So you can do 3 kills. That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Outside of normal avoidance. That makes sense. I'm going to do this again here for beginner, just because I feel like I can do better than the that run I just did. And it's good practice for the grand loop. Ah! A little too close for my liking. Too close for comfort, like Ted Knight. Showing my age with some of these references. All right. And all right, let's get that. Yeah, that time I liked that. That was nice. That I don't like, though. Alright, can I do it? Okay, cool. I did that a little different that time. And the place where I would have normally jumped from was not an option, but I also was able to get through it a little faster as a result. So that might be an improved method. Bombs away. Oh, that was not jumping blocks. Oh yeah, no, the music in the game is really great too. I would agree with that sentiment quite a bit. Ah! This level, man. I really think that I've got to be better about taunting these jumping block bullets at a point where that can't happen. It's funny that this seems like one of the easiest levels, but it does really require a different strategy. See, that I wouldn't have thought that would have hurt me. I was up at the top of that ladder. Maybe that's the problem. I was up the top of the ladder and then, okay, yeah. Rough. Yeah, this stage has got my number tonight. Alright. Oh, does it not affect you when you're airborne? That makes sense. If it's a situation where you could, that makes sense. You're not going to double jump. Of course, it doesn't affect you when you're jumping. Yeah. All right. That makes total sense. When I inevitably go back through this, I will have to keep that in mind. Okay. This is safe-ish, but that one's not. So does that mean that one starts one? Nope. That would have been a death. So like on the ropes, you jump as fast as you can. Yeah. That's right, you can jump while you're on the ropes. That's right, you can do that. My concern with that would always be that it forces me off that. Okay, so I don't need to... It'd be one of those situations where I don't even want to be accused of cheating with that, so I'll just shoot 3. Some of these that do not give you pieces of ladder. There we go. Building I believe there's 2 bullets on this stage, which makes them dangerous. Yeah, you can totally do that and still be safe. I will have to bear that in mind as well. That was closer than I would have liked. Already going to end up doing better than my last from last night there. $17,575 that time. I will take that. It's an improvement. Anything that's even a slight improvement, why not? There you go. Let's change that. Clearly my best beginner one if you actually look at the B for beginner on those. So intermediate. I definitely need the practice on this as well. Lookout Below has been kicking my butt. I relearned the part with this is that if I go on the lower half here and keep running to the right, then I'm good. This is okay as long as you do this. But the rest of this, I think I need to, do that. That's the one that gets me. That is the one that gets me. And I think on these other ones over here, in order to safely traverse them, it helps to do that one first and then this one. There you go. I have not seen this level since 1982. Yeah, it had been a while for me. Hadn't been that long, but it had been a while for me since last night. Or maybe it was last night. I think it was last night that I ended up playing this. Maybe the night before. This one kills me if you screw up down here on the bottom half. You got problems. Because you want to take that out, then that one. That one first, then that one. So many of these are set up in such a way where if you do them out of order, you're going to really be hating life. But maybe none more of them than that one that I just dealt with. I should have known. I should have known that was going to happen. The sweet spot is the middle of this ladder right here. And then you can go. I think my 14,550 on this, actually, I may not have even gotten to the end of this. The more that I'm thinking about it, the B that it shows for beginner is probably showing that you've actually passed the level. How brilliant are the design options on this, by the way? The first block fell. Yeah, first block fell, and you were transported back to watching your cousin play on his Atari 400. I've not played the Atari 400 version of this, but I imagine it plays a lot the same. This one blinks so much just because of I think the number of bombs bombs on the screen at the same time, which I always thought they were gems, but apparently you're defusing bombs. If you read the instruction manual. He defuses them very quickly, just by touch, I guess. Okay, Robots 2 used to be one of them I would have. I had a pattern and a half on this one, because every time you play Randomizer where it picks random levels, this is the one that it always starts with. It's the one that's not random. And that would be my pattern. Hailstones. Man, I hate this level. And then on Jumpman Jr., it's Hellstones. That's not even my pun. That was their pun. The names of these levels and the concepts behind them, just utter brilliance. Utter brilliance. Let's go after this one first. I was noticing something about this last night, too. Okay, let them... Yeah. Like, the stairs kind of divert their path. It's not always 100% successful. But if you stay on the ladder and just wait for them to try to come down towards you, they'll tend to fall off on either side. Alright, this is Dragon Slayer. This would be exactly the same as the other one, where it's no more than 3 over and above what it takes to pass the level. That's exactly what they mean in this case, though. Alright, so I can take out 1, 2... Oh, that's dangerous, though! Should be careful about doing that, actually. Okay, 2... danger! That was actually a bad move. Okay, so maybe if you're being smart about it, you don't do that. Because it ain't worth the extra few little points that you actually get for it. At some point you want to just jump over them. Yeah. I don't want them to actually come over there. If I shoot one of them that's going up that ladder, he's going to appear on my left-hand side before I can actually do much of anything about it. It's a dangerous game at that point. Man, this one is confusing. I love it, but I hate it. Okay, so that one... Oh, there's my way out! Hey, hey! Okay, this one, by being invisible, that made that go away, though. Okay, but there's no way out of that one, so if I grab that one, I'm toast. Is there anything to... Yeah. Well, I got one of the bonus ones. That was nice. Yeah, no, it's intermediate. Basically, the brilliance of the way that they set this game up is beginner is the beginner level, so it's like 1 through 8. Intermediate's like the next tier up. It's essentially allowing you to try every level in the game where you don't have to play the full game. And then Grand Loop is all of the levels. It's the beginner, the intermediate, and the advanced. So yeah, I'm ready to try intermediate again here. And this is one of the only games I know of that's like that, because most other games that you could name, it would be the exact same levels, just harder. In this case, it's just the fact that the levels themselves just happen to be a bit harder. And yeah, and Jumpman Jr. is a Jumpman title that is made to fit on a cartridge, but it's completely different levels. So it really is a true sequel. And a fantastic sequel at that. Number 2, enter 1. And the randomizer is just brilliant because it'll pull up levels at random after Robots 2, that is. That's right. Brain fart for a moment there. Pattern here is to go there, here. Oh no. Okay, there we go. This, back, there. Yep, and there. Nice. Yeah, totally makes sense. Yep, Jumpman Jr. is its own game, and it is a fantastic one. Highly recommended, just as much as the first one. The level design is on par with this one. Ah! Was pushing my luck on that. Ah! That I hate. I've done that a number of times where you grab the rope, you think that you're safe, but you're a little too far to the right or a little bit too far to the left, and you fall right off. Yep. Gotta jump right from... Oh. Weak. Why am I losing lives on this level? Smarter than that. Yeah, and purposely maybe have them come after me? No? Maybe not. Alright. Alright. Runaway. These would be the ones coming after me. 2 bullets and a lot of bombs. Moving bombs. When I was playing this last night, again, or the most recent time, I keep saying last night, it may not have actually been last night. It may have been the night before. I was trying a strategy of just staying on these top 2 and letting them come to me. And it actually seemed like it was working decently well as a tactic. Partially also because you have room to run away from bullets. And to purposely try, with the ladders, you can purposely try to make them shoot at you. I think that is going to be a tactic that I will probably use. It's just more room to run around and fool the bullets. Alright, so let's take a look here. So one part right there where you gotta jump that one robot. Hailstones, yeah, as much as I don't like this level, I think that the part that I learned on the most recent session really does help. You're clear on this first one. And then they're so far to the left, you have time to get over here. Otherwise, your real key thing here is not doing that, first of all. Be on a ladder, though. Really, it's ultimately be on a ladder. Whenever you can, be on the ladder. Alright, there you go. Good and clear. Because they don't tend to be able to get to you. I think there's particular times where maybe they will, but it doesn't seem to happen that often. I love Space Taxi for similar reasons, with the clever names of the levels, the ingenuity of the level design themselves. There you go. Those are legit because they are part of the process here. I'm just gonna run. Okay, yeah, you have time to take one of them out. Alright, Grand Puzzle 2. Well, there's one of these that I want to take out in order to get the rope to get out. And I want to say it's one of these. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. It's the one on the far left. And that gets you a way out. One of these makes you invisible. That's not it. That cuts that off. That's dangerous. Okay, now that I've... Okay, that's what I was afraid of, though. Like, I'm invisible so I can get in, but I'm not getting out. Like, I got some points for that, but I also lost one of my Jumpman for that. So right around is the one that I have yet to pass tonight or on my most recent session before this. But at this point, I feel like I at least have a prayer of getting through this particular level. Oh, I like it. Well, that was weak. Yeah, that's not the worst. I don't like the placement of these bullets. Alright. No! Oh, weak. So weak. So weak. Alright. I was only 2 away that time. If I can do this again and not have such a bad run on the hot foot level especially, that took out like 3 of my guys that time. I might have a prayer of this if I do that. And I'm pretty sure that's what's going on with the B's there. Is B's for beginner, but you don't see a letter next to the other ones because I didn't complete it. An R for randomizer, of course. 2, enter, 1. Look how below is one that you can definitely... Oh, did I forget to rename the session? Oops. My bad. No, I played Summer Games earlier. Apologies for the bait and switch there. But it's made by Epics. Same makers. Same company, at least. But that was just pathetic. Let's do this again. 2, intermediate. 1. I thought that I had renamed it via my phone, but it must not have stuck. Yeah, it says Jumpman Commodore 64, but like update the information and yeah, didn't go. Oh yeah, it's so funny you said that about the fast-paced action, and then I failed to actually hit my run speed. Because you can choose run speed 8 where you're like molasses slow. But I choose to be on run speed 2, which is the second fastest. I always played this as run speed 2 or 3. 4 if I was really feeling... Oh, do I have burger time? Absolutely. Restore, by the way. 2. My personal favorite version of burger time is on the Intellivision. I really like the Intellivision version of that game. There are videos on YouTube of me playing that one for sure. Ah, come on! Yeah, absolutely, I can do that. Intermediate, I'll take that as a request here. Normally I would stop this stream and then do that, but maybe I'll play through one of these here, and rather than start a new stream, I'll just... Burger time will be a bonus. And again, come on now. Intermediate, enter, 1. I don't mind playing some burger time tonight, too. Pitfall. Yeah, I've got Pitfall for both the Atari 2600 and the Intellivision. And the Atari version is the definitive. And I've got the Commodore 64 version, come to think of it. Thanks, Brassbit. Have a good evening. There we go. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Alright, Hot Foot. Thank you very much. Enjoying the tunes? In this case, you mean the tunes in this game, or like, that could mean a few other things with me. Like the songs that I write and record, my Friday songs for YouTube. This game for the time being, though, that's good. Yeah, the music is really great. That was one of the things that Brassbit was talking about, too, is that really, it's one of the secret weapons of this game, is that the music is probably just as fun as the game itself here, and I am getting my ass handed to me now. I would have to say, at least for my bang for my buck, Jumpman here for the Commodore has got to be one of the best games for the system. It's difficult, unforgiving to some extent, but very, very clever level design, playable, but yes, very unforgiving at the same point. You really can't make much in the way of mistakes or you'll pay for it. You'll pay dearly for it. Alright, let's do this. Uh-oh. That was my own bad. Gyrus, also one of the great ones. Make no mistake about that. Alright, let's see if I can still do this. I had a really good pattern that I've now ruined by making a single mistake. There we go. Fire Trap on the C64. You have now mentioned one that I am not familiar with. just the trick with the C64 is that there's thousands of games that were released for this console. Well, computer. Okay, stay on the ladder. There you go. You bounced off. There you go. And that's Italian guy played that on the C64 quite some time ago. Nice. Yeah, no, I imagine it. There's a lot of gems for Commodore that I've probably not even played, but this is not going to be a good run anyway, I've got to say. Okay. Here we go. Slalom games too. Yeah, no, I imagine that there's a number of those too. Again, with that, I think of the Intellivision version of skiing as one of the great ones for that. I really just want to beat, I think it's the 16th level here. I'm on level 14 now. Just change the game mechanics up. Right, actually need to probably just jump over these guys here. And run. Okay, I'm starting to... I've done this enough here tonight and the last time that I played this that I'm starting to get a pretty good idea of which ones need to be grabbed. That one. How about you? Nope, that doesn't work for that. If I grab that one while... This is risking a life here. Yeah, no, Bubble Bobble and Pit Stop 2 are great. The one I was thinking I may have Rach try tomorrow is Realm of Impossibility. It's really a great co-op one. Ride Around. This is the one that has been my nemesis this evening, at least. That is brutal placement, I just realized. The way that they've got that, if you were jumping in midair, you'd be toast. If you jump from like the right to the left or the left to right there. Yeah, Realm of Impossibility is actually an Electronic Arts game. EA was making some pretty great titles back in these days. It's a great co-op game. There it is! Alright, well that's my new personal best since I've been keeping track. Oh, there's the Roost, so I've got one other. Bounces is another one I've not played. Quite funny two-player game, that one too. Yeah, I believe it. But Bounces is another one that I have not played. The Roost. Oh, that's a problem. And that'll be my last life, I believe. It's okay. I will take that. That is better than what I had done. And I lied, because one of the things that I will play Burger Time, but I have been trying to keep these neat and tidy to where it's one game per stream. So what I'm going to probably do here is stop this stream. And I'll start one right up with the Burger Time one. Once I get that ready here. But I'll prepare in the meantime. Alright. prepare for this. Change the name of the stream momentarily. There's a copy of Burger Time right there. The MTV System 3 here. I have a straight up regular Intellivision over there as well, but it's been finicky. So, yeah, one moment while I stop this stream and start a new one. Now, how original is your bread bin that's still the original SID and whatnot? I have not had to replace any chips in this, if you could believe it. I got it like on Craigslist, and the only thing that I've done is the power supply. I went through Commodore Forever for the power supply. I've got a PS64 power supply here, but it's all original. All original. Here's this. Oh yeah, I just realized the way that I've got this set up, I'm going to have to do something a little different here. Because I've got this going through the monitor plug. So that means, in order to do this right, I'm going to have to change some stuff up here. Yeah, I'll be back. One of the made in the US or Canada, I believe it's made in US. It states it was made in the USA. I do have a PAL one as well that a good friend, David Yowd, got for me. And this one was made in England. It's an actual PAL Commodore 64, which I am looking forward to getting some use out of that for sure. All right, so let's do this here. In order to, pardon my mess here. Here we go. That's going to plug right into the back of this machine. Only a couple of things that I'm probably going to change here. First of all, I've got to get some power to this. I'll need to unplug something, so let's unplug that. Power on. We go to channel 3. There we go. Burger Time will not be a problem here. But again, just for the sake of consistency, the serial number on the PAL machine? Should I be giving that out? It starts with an 11, if that helps. It starts with a B11. All right, I am going to stop this stream and I'll restart it momentarily. So it's all just one video for Burger Time. One moment.